Hoping it will taste as good as it smells. Oh, that's really nice. The sauce is really smooth and creamy, and the meatballs are really tasty as well. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gigi's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make my delicious masala meatballs and sauce. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make some really delicious masala meatballs with sauce. So this recipe, as I said, is really easy to do and it's really tasty as well. I'm going to be making this for 2 people today, but the original recipe says 4 people. That's because my son isn't really a fan of these masala meatballs, but my husband and I really like them, so I'm going to make him plain ones and we're going to have the masala ones. My son is here to help me today as well. So the first thing I'm going to ask him to do is to put a tablespoon of almond flour.
Is that good?
Yeah, you were good. Into that bowl, and then we need to add some spices to this, Ted, as well.
Hell yeah.
So we need to add a teaspoon of garam masala. So just to
Make it extra spicy for you.
No, that's enough, thank you. And then we need to add a teaspoon of ginger. So we're just going to add that as well. And then we need to add a teaspoon of mild chili powder as well. That's it.
Oh, my favourite.
And then a teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon. Do you like ground sweet cinnamon?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, right.
Oh, I love cinnamon.
Okay. Just ground sweet cinnamon. We'll add a little bit of sweetness. Oh well, never mind.
Oh, I want them now.
And now I'm going to add in the carrots as well, and we're also going to add in a little bit of salt. Do you want to add some pepper for me? Grind the pepper in. Grind the pepper in. We're going to add
grinding.
It should do. It is, Ted. Come here. It's just a bit of hard work. That's all. There you go. Like that.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Okay. We like our beef well seasoned in this house, so put a little bit more in and that'll do. Lovely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go and dampen our hands, and then we're going to make these into meatballs. And now we're going to scrunch all of these ingredients together in the bowl.
Yeah.
And the reason we dampen our hands is so that the mixture doesn't stick too much to them when we scrunch all of the ingredients together. I think these are going to be the most cinnamony meatballs there are, I think. Yes. So that's the ingredients well scrunched together there. So you can stop now, and we'll divide it up. So I'm going to divide it up into 2. So I'm just going to make it into one large ball like that, and then I'm going to split that into 2, and then what we're going to do is just grab a piece of the meat and just roll it in our hands and make it into a meatball shape. So we're going to do 4 from each piece like so. You can just grab that last bit there, Ted, and then I'll grab a bit from the new bit over here, and we're just going to continue to roll up these meatballs until we've used up all the meat. As you can see, we have finished making the meatballs, and I'm off to put these in the fridge. I'm going to put these in the fridge for a couple of hours before I cook them off. And while these are in the fridge, I'm going to make the sauce. The meatballs are in the fridge, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start cooking the sauce. So I've got a large saucepan, and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob, and I'm going to add oil to the base of that pan. And I'm going to leave this pan to heat up, but before I go, I just wanted to say that if you have enjoyed this video today, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you did really enjoy this video, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any comments or any questions, then please feel free to leave those in the comments section below. Everything like that really helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. So, as I said, I'm just going to leave this pan to heat up. So I've peeled, sliced and diced 1 onion, and I'm just going to pop that into, or Teddy's just going to pop that into the saucepan for me. The pan is nice and hot now, so I'm just going to pop that in, and I am going to fry the onion until it starts to soften. The onions have started to soften, So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in 1 red pepper. So I've sliced the top from the red pepper, removed the core and the stalk, and then I've just sliced and diced the flesh. And we're going to add this in. So Ted's going to put it in, like so. I'm actually going to turn down the heat a little bit on this as well, because the pan is very hot now.
Yes.
So just going to fry these until they start to soften. And don't worry too much about chopping the vegetables evenly. You can chop them as roughly as you like, really, as long as they're in small pieces, because we're going to blend this sauce once it cools down. So, as I said, I'm just going to continue to fry the red pepper until it starts to soften. Next, we are going to pour in the tomatoes. So, Teddy's going to pour over the tomatoes. Oh, careful! Like that. While he splatters my nice white top. And I'm going to go and get some chicken stock to get the juice out from the tin as well. The tomatoes are in the saucepan, and I've just poured about 200 mils of chicken stock into this tin, and I'm going to pour that into the saucepan as well. And I'm going to bring that to the boil, so I'm just going to leave that to come to the boil, and then I'm going to add some dried mixed herbs to this as well. I've added about a teaspoon of dried mixed herbs, and then I'm going to add, alright, you can, a teaspoon or 2, should we do 2?
3.
3, so a tablespoon of maple syrup as well. I'm trying to move this out my son's way because he seems to want to eat the maple syrup. So, as I said, I am just going to bring this to the boil now, and then I will turn the heat down and leave it to simmer. This is coming to the boil, so as I said, I'm going to turn this down to a medium heat, and I'm going to add some salt and some pepper as well. So salt and pepper to your taste. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. And I'm going to leave this to simmer now until it starts to become jammy. So what I mean by jammy is that you want the liquid to reduce down, and therefore not to be too much liquid left in the pan. So when you pull the vegetables back, all you can see is the bottom of the pan. So as I said, I'm just going to leave this to reduce down. The tomato sauce is done. As you can see, when I pull the spoon back, there's no liquid coming from the vegetables. So that means it's jammy, so it looks like a jam now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this from the heat, and I'm going to leave it to cool, and then I will blend it. And I will cook the meatballs at that point as well. I'll throw it all together and I will let you know how it tastes, but at the moment it smells fantastic in here. The sauce has cooled, so I've preheated my oven to 200 degrees, and I put a baking tray in, as I mentioned earlier, to preheat, and then I put the meatballs into the baking tray, and I've put that back into the oven, so hopefully we'll have some really lovely juicy meatballs. And now I'm going to blend the sauce, so I'm just going to put the sauce into the blender like so, and I'll find my lid, I promise. So I found the lid, and I'm going to blend all of these ingredients together until they are smooth. Blended these ingredients until they are smooth. So I'm now going to pour the sauce back into the saucepan, and you may have noticed I've just given the saucepan a quick clean as well. So I'm just going to pour this sauce back in, and then I am going to heat it up on the hob. And while this is heating, my meatballs are cooking, so I'm going to cook some rice. I have done a recipe on how to cook rice, and I will link that in the description box below for you. So I'm going to boil off some rice. I will then serve everything up once the meatballs and the rice are done, and I will try it and let you know how it tastes. But this sauce smells so good right now. So I'm going to try the meatballs and the sauce now. It smells really good, so I'm hoping it will taste as good as it smells. Oh, that's really nice. The sauce is really smooth and creamy, and the meatballs are really tasty as well. So I'm looking forward to having that for my dinner this evening. That's how you make these delicious meatballs and sauce, and that recipe I will link in the description box below. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having these for our dinner this evening, and they smell and taste so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.